Hello guys, welcome to the daily matchup guide. Today we're gonna be covering Sett, which is a pretty mediocre champion in my opinion, but the counterplay is fairly easy, so this is gonna be a really short one. Make sure if you enjoyed the video to leave a like, comment and a sub. I dearly appreciate that. Okay, now for the Camille Runes. For Camille Runes against Sett, you wanna take Conk, Presence of Mind, Bloodline, Last Stand, Bone Plating, and Shield Bash. Those runes are just great all around. Most of the matchups you wanna take Bone Plating because it's just a really great rune on the top lane. Unless you're against a ranged champion, then you can 10 second wind. Bone Plating will not enable Sett to easily align you, and he doesn't have really a good way to proc it before an align, so it's really good value. And Shield Bash, you will be using your shield quite a lot in this matchup, playing around it is key factor, so shield bash just helps you and do more damage while having the shield. For Camille Laning, there isn't much to say. All Sett wants to do is smash against minions, trade, and work back before you can trade back. To avoid that, you want to position in a way that Sett cannot stun you, so he just pulls you and then tries to go for autos, but if he just pulls you, you can auto, QQ, and walk back, and you pretty much out-trade him. So you want to position in a way that either when he stuns you, you can align him right after, or in a way that if he pulls you with his E, you don't get stunned and you can trade back. And that's all there is to this matchup. And later, after level 6, you can just ult to dodge his W. Matchup is pretty simple, there isn't anything else to talk about here. For Kayle Runes, you wanna take PTA, Presence of Mind, Alacrity, Last Stand, and then for secondary, you wanna go Resolve, Bond Plating along with Overgrowth, Attack Speed, Armor, AD, pretty much the normal Kayle stuff, Bone Plating to Sett, and the rest is just standard Kayle stuff. For the gameplay, this matchup is pretty hard. I wouldn't say it's insanely unplayable, but it's pretty hard. If the Sett player knows what he's doing, he will just stand between minions and make it so you can't walk into the wave and absorb even XP. But most Sett players will be dumb, they will just push, they will try to get trades that they cannot take and pretty much push the lane into you, and then you can just free farm. And after level 6 and boost, you just kite him until he gets Stride Breaker. But at Stride Breaker point, you don't even want to 1v1 him, and then later at 2 items, you completely just school fuck him. So there isn't really much to say about it besides that position in a way that he cannot extend trades and just poke him with ease. If he starts D-Blade, you can easily poke him out of the lane. Now for Gwen Runes, Conqueror, Presence of Mind, Alacrity, Last Stand, Bond Plating along with Overgrowth, another pretty much standard Gwen stuff, nothing much to say here. For the gameplay for Gwen, obviously you wanna go level 1, cheese him, he cannot win 1v1 you against you level 1, you just go cheese, if he walks into you, you have D-Blade E, pretty much kill him, but if he doesn't get cheesed, you just wanna take short trades, every time he E's you, you wanna align him and trade back, he cannot really do much, you just have much more damage and you're much more tanky. You wanna save your W after first E, I mean you wanna save your E after you E in the first time, and the cooldown, do not reset the E timer, hold it until he max Ws, and when he uses his W fully charged, you just wanna dash behind him and dodge all of the damage, and then keep snipping him, and he'll just die. He cannot do anything against you past 1 item, and past 2 item you just completely melt him. So Gwen is just a great champion into melee champs. There isn't many champions that are melee and can actually beat her 1v1. For Viego runes, you wanna take Conk, Overheal, Tenacity, Last Stand, and then go into the Resolve tree, take Bone Plating along with Revitalize. I really don't like Revitalize, but it's really good here. You wanna go for your normal 3 AM build without the Kraken Slayer, so go Pork into Shield Bow, into Essence River or the Lord Dominic, and then just expand into Infinity Edge if you get to that point. For the gameplay, it's pretty hard because Sett has much more fraud loaded and more unskilled damage to load on you than you have. So the things you wanna use is your range. You have much bigger auto range and much bigger Q range to slowly take his HP away with your auto kills. And after you get to the point where you can actually align him, well, you just wanna align him, Sett has really trouble getting on top of you because the second you see him run to you, well, you just kill him and W away, and he can't do much about that. But if he ever gets on top of you, he pretty much just knocks your teeth in. There isn't much you can do. Matchup gets really hard after Stride Breaker, but at 2 items again you can just beat him. So you beat him early game, then at 1 item you lose, and then at 2 items you beat him again. So that's what you are aiming for in this matchup. For Yone runes, you wanna go Conk, Overheal, Alacrity, Last Stand, and then you wanna go Resolve, take Unflinching along with Bone Plating. Those are best Yone runes for Sett because Unflinching will do the stun duration and is just overall great on Yone since he cannot itemize or take nasty runes besides Unflinching. Then Bone Plating is self-explanatory and Concord is self-explanatory. For the actual gameplay, this is pretty much just like Viego. Space him with your Qs, do not let him get free trades on top of you. He has much bigger front-loaded damage than you have. At one item you completely demolish him, there's nothing you can do. Use your E to dodge his W or his E if you can time it. Also, if you time your E perfectly, you can actually cancel his ult, but that's like super hard to do, so don't rely on that. Use your E to dodge his obvious spells like W and E, space him with Q, slowly poke him out, and the matchup is only hard at the early game. After early game, there's nothing you can do. Just space him with Qs, W him whenever you can. Don't get W'd by him when he has fully charged it, because you have your E to dodge that. It's really simple. But just watch out so you don't leave your spirit behind and he can just camp it and well just kill you. This is gonna be it for the today's guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this is a short one, but there isn't really much to talk about. So the champ is just brain dead, and it's really simple counterplay. If the champ is really simple, there isn't anything fancy to talk about here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and see ya.